to the
David, it's
action where
over.
the players are about
Yes.
to begin.
It's about to begin. We've got both players in front of us right now. It is a must win for Praggnanandha. Whatever he's got to go all in and give it his all. This could be the final game for the championship. Or will Pragg keep hopes alive? It's the Queen's Pawn opening. We see Knight F6 and a Trumpovsky there. Bishop G5, the first semi-surprise in.
That's right. Pragg deciding that his best bet is to surprise Gukesh early in the opening. The Trumpovsky attack, well known in English chess circles. Magnus Carlsen's dabbled in it as well, but it's known to keep a lot of tension in the game. And now transposing more into Torre attack type of waters. White's bishop landing on this G5 square signals that you just want to keep the pressure, want to keep it closed. Pragg most likely is about to just push a pawn forward and slow, steady start to this game. But Tanya, you asked about Pragg's chances. He just needs to hope for a return of the favor, essentially. He gifted that game to Gukesh. Actually, the moment he blundered, he could have forced a draw, just taking the pawns off the board. And instead, he finds himself behind. That's heartbreaking. It's all unraveled so quickly.
David, I'm absolutely at the edge of my seat right now. I can't even imagine what's going on in the minds and the heads and the hearts of these two players right now. You know, all that hard work over the last 2 weeks, and it comes down to this battle. Will Gukesh be crowned the winner, or will Pragg take it into sudden death? And look at that. That last move by Gukesh, it hints at a central break. E5 coming in next. And Bishop falls back, preempting that move. Gukesh continues with development. E5 always in the air.
Yeah, I think a great start to this game, a great opening by Gukesh. Here, rolling up his sleeves. He means business. Pragg has already moved his bishop, maybe one too many times. He's retreated it. It looks like a London system gone a bit wrong. Retreating this bishop as well, just getting ready for the strike in the center, which is very likely to occur. Black gaining space now. There we go. 3-pawn center. One is traded off, but it just looks beautiful for Gukesh. No problems at all. Pragg likely to trade a set of pawns. I was going to say, at some point you need to try and create some counterplay of your own. He's trying to create some weaknesses on the queen side, but Tanya, it doesn't look like the best start to a must-win situation for Pragg.
It really doesn't, right? Especially with Gukesh gaining that central control. Pragg, he's playing it slow. He's keeping the game going. He's eyeing that A5 break. He's eyeing the rook coming to the center, the D line lining up against the black queen. David, it's blitz. Anything can happen. Even if the opening doesn't go your way, this is what we saw in game one as well. Pragg just has to keep moving. Blunders happen, mistakes happen. It's anyone's championship still. But for Pragg, only one result will suffice. Queen e7 played. Odds are against him right now. But if there's one fighter who does fight those odds, it's him. Can he make a comeback? The queen comes back to b1. Where is it headed?
Ooh, mysterious move, as you say there, Tanya. I think it's just stepping out of the eye line of the black rook. So the black rook on the c-file was staring down that queen. The black knight going back, double question mark given by the computer, because white can now strike with pawn to e4. That is not obvious. That is a sacrifice to open lines against the black queen, and Pragg misses it. That was hidden. Tanya, that was difficult.
You need an hour on your clock to be able to play a move like that, to give up a pawn and to understand. But he does prepare for it, and it does arrive on the board, but a move too late as Gukesh does gain more space. And I see it is an inaccuracy. The blue arrow appears one more time, but Pragg misses it. No e5.
Oh, very surprising. E5 is a very thematic move there, bringing the white knight into the center. He just wants to stay flexible, Pragg, so I totally understand his choice. He's still got a great position. Gukesh looks like he's done everything right, but how to improve the black pieces? Not so clear suddenly. White's pieces maybe with a bit more potential. White's knight jumping in as well to c4 into d6. A great hold there, a landing spot for one of the white pieces. And Gukesh slowing down. The last few moves have gone in Pragg's favor. He's back, Tanya.
He still has to put the finishing touches to it, and it's far from that, right? He has this advantage, but David, from a human perspective, it looks like an absolutely complicated position. It looks like a mess on the board right now. White needs to find this idea that you mentioned, push that e-pawn ahead, get your knight to the center of the board. Right now, Gukesh stops it with getting more control on the center. Will Pragg go e5? Is it the moment that he can still get it in?
He can still push forward, go for glory. At some point, you have to advance, have to try and attack. First, he dodges a knight exchange, so retreating, but a very clever move. Now he's going to push his f-pawn forward, kick away this black knight in the near future. Gukesh struggling to find a plan, and the clock situation this time in Prag's favour. It decided things last time, Tanya, the clock. It could well do so again.
Well, Prag's a fast learner, if anything, right? He keeps the pressure on the clock. He's up on the clock, but he's got to push that pawn forward to make inroads into the position. And it feels like he's fighting that. He has only limited time to work out the calculation. Will Pragg go for the dynamic e5? Is this the moment that we see it on the board? David, you can't delay it. Inevitably, it has to be the e-pawn or the f-pawn, and e5 is played.
Fantastic move there by Pragg. This pawn is poisoned. You cannot take it due to white pushing the f-pawn forward with some forks, some pins. The black queen is really uncomfortable on this e-file. And Gukesh, he's been here before. Remember, Tanya, last year he was in the final tiebreak. He wasn't quite close enough, losing to Wei Yi. Again, it feels like this curse. It feels like as soon as the players get close, things start to get complicated, messy, and you need those nerves of steel. It's not so easy. e5, great move by Pragg. And Gukesh down to 30 seconds almost.
Now the pressure is on. The queen sidesteps from that file. Another big question for Pragg. He doesn't have so much time to work it out. How does he continue keeping the pressure? Is he going to push out Black's knight on g5? Will the f-pawn join the party? What does Pragg have in mind? The queen lined up against the bishop also invites e6.
Yeah, very tempting move. Pragg brings his knight forward. Also tempting, but given a miss, so not the best choice there from Pragg. I think he had too many tempting moves. He just wants to keep his time advantage. Gukesh moves his king out the way. Maybe it was possible to actually capture white central pawn, but now look at this. The white knights are pouring forward, Tanya. They're both jumping in to Gukesh's position.
This has been an absolute masterpiece by Pragg so far for a blitz game. Just the way he's played it, the way he's kept the pressure going on. That knight can go even forward to d6, hit that rook. It does arrive there. And we see Gukesh places it on f8, defending the f7 pawn. It's all about the clock now with Gukesh down to 15 seconds. David, we might be heading into the sudden death.
Oh, it looks so likely that this marathon day will continue. Pragg has done everything right, but winning a one position is so hard in chess. He drops his queen back. This queen now eyeing up the h6 pawn. And, okay, watch out. Checkmate threatened by Gukesh this time. Don't take your eye off the ball. Pragg needs to defend that one. Oh, he takes the bishop. And he wins the pawn.
Gets rid of the sniper. He picks up the pawn on the other side of the board. That's an extra pawn. Pragg did have that in the first game as well. Didn't work out for him. Gukesh trying to get his pieces into the game. The queen comes into the defense. This looks absolutely winning, David. But with seconds on the clock, how easy, how trivial is this?
It's not easy at all. Yes, black is a pawn down, but you can act as if you aren't. And a pawn only becomes relevant in the endgame. First, okay, there is a queen trade. So very surprising Gukesh allows this endgame to transpire. But look at the bar. It's going up. It's going down. It just might be the clock. One pawn advantage, bishop pair. Pragg's got all the ingredients to win this, Tanya. He's getting closer.
David, just seconds on the clock for both players. He's got everything going, but we know what can happen with this time format. You can have a blunder at the very last moment. Gukesh needs only an inaccuracy. He needs only a draw. The bishop on h4 skewers the two knights, and we head over to sudden death as Gukesh resigns.
It was a skewer to end the second game. A blunder from Gukesh in the end, but it was already a difficult, almost hopeless position. And wow, Pragg, nerves of steel in the end. He kept the time advantage. It was noticeable. He always had a 5-10 second buffer to Gukesh, and Pragg